Yeah, welcome back, MDawg. We're always curious to try copper spots. To be honest, we've got normal temperatures still, which is always not nice. And honestly, we're gonna try a halibut setup down here at 4434. I'll show you on the map here in just a moment, and I will also show you the details of the setups. Just created the PVA that's been working for some folks down here. And once I get everything thrown out here and show you the stuff, I will definitely just bring you back kind of as we catch fish. Well, it looks like we've got a pretty quick bite here actually, which is a good first sign. That's one of the things I'm really curious about is what this bite rate's going to be like. And frankly, the first ride where we're catching this fish, this is a very interesting development because I have much larger stuff on this than what I'm seeing other people running. Just to kind of let you know, we're running 18s and 18s double pellets here. And what most people are running in this spot are double 14s. So I just couldn't resist to have one setup with a little larger stuff on there. And if this ends up being a pretty good bite rate, then that's going to be a good sign for, you know, being able to like sustain a decent bite rate and catch a little larger fish on average. But we'll see. I mean, it's early. We're right here at the end of the day. So you could make the argument that it's, you know, it's the time of day where you're likely to get a nice bite. Look at that 100,000 XP on the first fish. So the hope is here that we're going to see some of those super freaks. We might even see an occasional once in a blue moon koi. And maybe some other stuff as well. So let's kind of see what comes in. All right, let me go back. So this is the largest setup that I'm running. Everything's going to be large one hooks, but this particular setup has the 18s that I was telling you about. Now let me go ahead and show you this PVA. This can be the same PVA across the board, obviously. Reach over here and get my coffee. Come back, slide over. Looks like we already have another fish on, but this is the PVA we're running. I just borrowed this from somebody off of, actually I don't remember if this was VK or Discord. I think this one might have been off the VK page, the Copper VK page, but that's what we're running on the first line. Now the second and the third line are going to both be the same, and on those we're running these little 14 pellets. And you saw that first fish that came in was just a little gibble. So I would imagine, I mean, that's why I made sure I put 18s on the first rod, because in my experience, even here at Copper, you get down to 14 size on pellets like this, you're going to have a decent amount of, you know, really small stuff. Gibble, crucian, smaller size, you know, non-marker mirrors. We'll see though. We'll just kind of give it a go. Let's fish for 30, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. It just depends on how it's going. But I'm excited to see that first fish come on rod one. I hope that will continue. I'm skeptical, but I hope it will. All right, I'll be back as we catch fish here, though. All right, let's see what this is. I remember I didn't show you the map location, I don't think, but it's another C2. So we got two C2s. This was on one of the smaller setups, obviously. Let me show you where we are on the map, though, in case you're not familiar with 4434. It is down here, D9. One of the first places when Copper first came out that we saw an increase in koi at times was off of this dock. So we're at 4334. Sometimes casting to the right. Short clip. It's frankly not that different of casting like we're doing here. And I believe we are at a 12-meter clip currently. I'll double check that and update you if I'm wrong, but I believe we're at a 12-meter clip. So the idea that we're straight out or pretty straight out here at 12 is probably very similar to when we would run like a 7 or an 8 clip from here and then cast it just to the right. That's like so close to the same spot. And like I said, this was one of those spots early on that seemed like you had a good chance. In fact, it was like I either caught my very first or second all black carp in this spot down here. So it's an interesting spot. As things kind of develop at Copper, this spot's always worth keeping an eye on. Now, I've never actually fished with this exact combination of baits. I heard some whisperings about it, I think on the stream Thursday or Friday. I heard some people talking about using halibut and stuff down here. I hadn't tried it myself though till right now. So far, it's interesting. It's a good change, good mix up. I think Bucket's still going off on the pineapple, spicy pineapple or whatever. Lots of F1s coming out. Very good fishing, but this is a nice like mix it up kind of spot. I love it when these spots pop up where like legit super freaks are coming out pretty reliably. It's a lot of fun. Bite rate seems really healthy on rod 2 and 3 with the 14 size stuff. The question will be, I think, when we get to morning, just how often do we see something on rod 1? It's hard to like figure out like what if we had the larger setup on all 3? Would it be a lot slower? Obviously, but it might be worth trying. Let's see how the rest of this goes though. This is our 7th fish, and it's our 2nd one on line 1 for what it's worth. Like it's a mirror. Yeah, it's a super freak. And this is on the smaller stuff. Not as big as the first one, but it's decent. Ooh, orangey as well. Bite rate is pretty cool right now. Oh, our first dinks. Been a really good fish selection so far. this a leather? Like one of those all the fish in the sea kind of situations. So 13 minutes. No. 24 minutes and 14 fish. Now, here's the other side of this. You know, I can say like, okay, we've caught 2 on the first ride. What if we had all 3 on the first ride? Does it increase our chance of trophy? Obviously, it cuts into our bite rate quite a bit. On the other hand, what if we had all 3 with the 14s, which is what most people are doing in this spot? And there's probably a reason for that. Like, people have been testing this, I'm sure. It's probably just impossible to keep up with the amount of silver you make with the increased bite rate. And so what if this rod was going off as often as these 2 rods are? Whew, it'd be a lot. So what's the daytime going to be like in this spot? That is the one thing that's really nice about those F1 spots is F1s like are so healthy even during the hot part of the day when other fish are like dying off or getting smaller. F1s stay strong. I feel like that's why if you have a good combination of F1s and freaks, no, F1s and dinks, you make so much silver. I think there's a 3 kilo cafe order for commons if it's still active. The smaller super freaks keep coming in on rod 3 just over and over. I gotta tell you, like, I have. There's just kind of been a lot going on at my house, so. Oh, that fish popped off, and it was a decent sized one. So kind of tuck that away. Pretty decent sized fish there. That just popped off, but. So I've not been on top of these bites like I should. And so whatever this bite rate is, it's going to be a little better if you're a little more on top of the bites than I have been. But we'll still get a somewhat decent view of it. See what the time is here. 43. Another little C2. So that's 52 minutes. We're getting very close to the hour mark and kind of seeing how we did. This hasn't gone quite as good as I'd hoped, but it's not bad either. Oh, now they've moved to the middle rod. Sad days. All right, I think this is last fish. We are like right at the time that we started the video, because this is when I was like surprised that that rod one actually got a bite so quick. Yeah, that's like 59 minutes. Make sure we don't get one more nibble here. All right, we did get one more nibble. All right, let's see how we did. All right, let's see here. 1 hour fishing, 450. 450 plus 30 on the cafe order. Look at that first fish we caught. I mean, it was all downhill from there. We did have the orangey, which was nice. It's fine. I mean, golly, 450 silver an hour. Sign me up. Except that, you know, the same time I was fishing at this spot, I was fishing on Cozy at Bucket on spicy pineapple with no PVA, and I made 900 silver. So, you know, there is that. There's that little nugget.